Yo, it's Bam Bam back with Media. So in the last on a couple videos ago, I basically explained to y'all how the universe is mental, right? Now, the Grand Hierophant Tahuti or Melchizedek had gave us these Hermetic principles and these laws to understand the universe on a deeper level. So it's simple, right? So first, everything comes from the mind. Remember that. And not just your mind. To create anything in this reality has to come from your mind. But everything comes from the mind of our consciousness, our collective consciousness, or you want to say everything comes from the Most High, right? And in this mindset, this mind that is in the all creates and manifests things down onto the physical and spiritual plane. As you think, you create it, right? Simple, right? If you want an example, just like you think of a chair, somebody thought of a chair in their head, somebody thought of this a bottle, somebody thought of this, you feel me? All of these different things was thought of in the mind first, so they were already going to be manifested to be what they was. The law of correspondence, right? Everything as above, so below, as within, as without. You feel what I'm saying? Basically, everything on all planes has a correspondence to it. And to make that one simple, it's just like how you can't have one thing without the other thing, the good without the bad. It's not just polarity, but it also must correspond to the next thing. So just like a hydrogen atom is the first element in our physical universe, right? But we all know that all elements come from the hydrogen atom, and all functionings of atoms and other things come from smaller particles. So and these are within us, just like so. Everything correlates to one another. You got these atoms, which are just like solar systems from the previous universes, right? These elements, which are like, you feel what I'm saying? So then we got vibration. Everything vibrates. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. It just moves at a different rate of speed. Now, physically, we don't see the vibration because of our bodies and different things like that. But you notice that no matter what you do, you can't avoid non-movement. Even an object that looks like it's not moving still has atoms in it that are just vibrating so slow that you can't see that it's moving. And these oscillating atoms, these oscillating particles are creating electrical charges and magnetic charges and different things like that, and causing these different effects of things, different changes of objects and different vibrations of materials and different things like that. Everything got polarities to it, right? Everything got some balance to it, but everything has polarity. So it has poles, right? You have a north and a south pole, right? But you understand that these are just degrees of the same thing. It's still that one substance. It just has different polarities to it. You feel what I'm saying? You may have a positive and a negatively charged you may have a positive proton and you have a negative electron, but you have the neutron for the balance. You understand what I'm saying? A neutralized zone. So everything has polarities, no matter throughout all things. And paradoxes is you always gonna have paradoxes that are going to be truthful, meaning things could be opposing but still be the same, which is fact. The law of gender. So everything, no matter what you do, you can't avoid gender, and not just talking about male and female, right? That's basic. Male and female only manifest on the physical plane. That's basic. You feel what I'm saying? On a spiritual plane and on your other planes, masculine and feminine energies play a role throughout everything, because they're really positive and negative. So now when you think of charges, you think of positive and negative electrical charges, but you also think of magnetism and electricity, or you feel what I'm saying? You having more of a radiative, something that so like the electricity still gives that life, but it has to lose a certain amount of its essence in order to give the feminine aspect or that magnetism something to radiate it out. Or you want to say vice versa, how a magnetic field may cause electrical charges to do certain things. So it's always going to be a certain masculine and feminine aspect in all things you do. Just like an anode and a cathode. And if y'all want to know what that is, look that up, what an anode and a cathode, or a cation and an anion is. the law of rhythm, right? Everything has its tides, everything has its rises and its falls, everything has a rhythm, or like the pendulum swing. Everything, as far as it swings to the left, is as far as it swings to the right. You get what I'm saying? So basically, if you think of music has what? Rhythm. And rhythm has to work inside of a certain cadence or inside of a certain flow. It always has to come back, even though it goes up and down and does many different things. You think about waves, how waves actually do that same thing. They have a rise and a fall, and they have a push and a pull. And this is that rhythm that where things always seem like they come to the middle, and then as soon as it gets back to the middle, it goes back to the other side. And as soon as it gets there, it goes back to the other side. It's that constant motion. Now, everything that has a cause has an effect, right? And that's simple. Anything that you do or anything that you think has an effect on the reality, whether physical or spiritual. It all plays out in the reality. And so when you think of when people say something is luck, that's law not recognized, right? Because you can't say anything is luck when you tossing a dice, right? When you toss a dice, it's all about the angle you toss the dice at. It's about how you toss the dice. It's about when it hit the ground, how did it bounce off the ground? What angle did it bounce off that ground before it produced enough spin to roll a certain way to give you a certain number? You feel what I'm saying? No matter what you do, it's always going to be a cause and effect. There is no such thing as luck. Luck is just something that we made to basically fulfill our own imagination of what we think something is. It's just a law that you have not seen. It's a law not recognized. As many things are things that you cannot see, and that's why you think that is all it is. And that's never the case. These laws of the universe will teach you that everything was meant to be what it was always meant to be, and there was never any confusion. You feel me? But yeah, appreciate y'all. Bam Bam Mo.